Breaking news, cattle grazing. Tension as youth, soldiers clashed over attack on herdsmen. Hello, my wonderful people. You are all aware that the southern governors have started what we call anti-open grazing across the southern states, except in Imo, where the governor made a video and said he was not part of it. Of course, he has to obey those who brought him into Imo State to administer administration. Okay? Now, about 11, 12 states have signed it already, while others are in the process. In Akwa Ibom, okay, in Cross River State, yes, this has been signed. And before you could say Jack Robinson, the IGP of police has also been accused of not enforcing a law in the southern region. Cattle Fulani herdsmen are still carrying out open grazing. And so the youths of the place came out and said, this is unnecessary. This is not right. You are provoking us. There is a law that has prevented you guys from carrying your cattle all around and grazing openly. Can you please leave? Guess what happened next? Nigerian soldiers came and started dealing with the youths. You heard me correctly. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if this is your first time. Let's get all the details. Thank you. Breaking news, cattle grazing. Nigerian soldiers supporting herdsmen to carry out open grazing. Tension as youths, soldiers clash over attack on herdsmen. Youths of Nnedi community in Ikom local government area of Cross River State yesterday accused Nigerian soldiers from the Amorphous Battalion, Ikpom, of allegedly brutality. According to the youths, soldiers from the battalion rounded up villagers as Ndom and inflicted injuries on them for protecting themselves against cattle grazing, from protecting their farms against cattle grazing by Fulani herdsmen on their farms. Said the herdsmen then went to Ido Army Barrack, which is about 3 kilometers away, to report that youth of Ndom attacked them and sent them away from the community. Soldiers from the barrack came in truckload on Sunday, rounded up youths and took them to the barracks, flogged them severely, leaving them seriously injured, some leg broken, hands broken. Our community is currently on fire as military men dehumanize the youth with the intent to provoke us, but we pleaded with the herdsmen to leave our land after destroying our crops to avoid further attack. But in a swift reaction, the Army Public Relations Officer in Calabar, Captain M. Okolo, said she was not aware of the development. Okolo said, I will call and get back to you. That was all that was said. So, Army, another one, enforcing cattle grazing. You see, if the southern governors does not really rise up, if they don't rise up above this oppression coming from the north, Fulani herdsmen went to this village, yes, and they started grazing on people's farm. And of course, you are seeing your mother, your father, this is what they will use to pay your school fees. It's only a wise child that will go there. If you have a son about 16, 17, call their friends and say, please, can we send these people out of this place? They are destroying this place. My mom will not be able to pay. And they called them, their friends, they came together. That is where Emmanuel is the governor who just pleaded or pledged his loyalty to Buhari, to the Fulanis. So what do you expect? We're not rooting for either PDP or APC. They are all the same thing, by the way. But he was a PDP man. And all of a sudden, he was shown the dollar sign. And he said, you know what, why not if not? I don't know what he was told. Because all he came out to say was that he has seen Buhari tremendously develop Nigeria. And Nigerians are wondering, are we blind or we are the only one? Maybe there's something we are not seeing. And that is why he's joining. That was his reason. Of course, it's his prerogative, okay? We are not on that, but just bringing it out there. And so, whether you like it or not, also in those states and even in other states, people have been complaining that the ban on grazing, it's not effective. because the cattle rearers are still going around with their cattle, destroying the farmlands. And when people speak, thank God for the Southwest that have things like Amutekun. So they will call the Amutekun. These people will not be able to call their own soldiers to come and, So this is what is happening. They came to this village. The people were like, no, 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 there's a ban. Our governor has signed it. You cannot. And they told them to leave. Guess what? They ran to the army barrack, came back saying that they drove them. And this is what we are talking about, the imbalance in power. Could I put it to you that the army barrack, I want to say to you, if there are 100 there, 96 are Fulanis. So what will they do? They will rise up to they will come with a hard biased mind, not open-minded to even have a discussion. As soon as the army came, they came in truckloads, with trucks, packed all the youths, took them to the barrack, beat them up for hours. Can you imagine it? Just picture it. So because you need to understand what I'm saying. Oh. You need to understand it. You need to understand it. Beat them up for hours. Release some, still kept some there. So this is what is happening. People can no longer speak. And there is ban on open grazing in the South. So what do we have to say? And in Nigeria, there is no decorum. You will call this person, they'll say, I don't have a knowledge of it. I don't even know what is happening. I don't know what you are talking about. They have called the public relation officer of the army and he said she does not have a clue. She will make calls. You will make calls. How does this sort out the problem and the pains that have been inflicted on the youths? Some have been permanently damaged because they don't even care about their fundamental human rights. They will beat them, even injure some. Not everybody does not have the same medical capacity. Some will be permanent for months. Only God knows what will happen to those people. This is what is going on in Nigeria. Oppression by the Fulanis. And yet they say to Nigerians they want to retain power. People like Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho rose up to say, okay, if this is going to be happening, if you're going to oppress us, to your tent, O Israel, let's divide. They say no. We know what's happening to Nnamdi Kanu now. We know where Sunday Igboho is. Nigerians, what is the way forward? Are we going to continue like this? There is a law. IGP refused to enforce the law because he's a Fulani. Everything is happening. People are being injured for their own property. Southern governors say do no longer share money with us. They say, no, you must share the money. You're not your brother's keeper. You are selfish. What do we do? Leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.